We're about to start our first of the tasks for place value. Each of these tasks has 3 links to it. One of them says original, which isn't too useful. It brings you to my copy that I edit of this thing. The bold one says your copy, which is a little bit of a lie. What it actually does is it makes a new copy. It is not smart enough to know if you have clicked on that before. So every time you click on my copy, you get your own new copy of this to save in some Google Drive folder somewhere. So that means before you click on this, try and be logged in to the account that you want in Google. And if you're logged into your personal Gmail instead of your LCC account, then that's where it's going to put your Jamboards, is in your personal Google Drive instead of your LCC one. Then the class copy is a special copy that has worldwide access privileges to it. So we're going to go there right now and we can all edit it. So I'm going to take that link and copy it and put it in chat to everyone. So let's all click on that and we'll be at the same copy of this Jamboard with all of us able to write on it. This means be a little careful, and before class, don't visit the class copies of things and accidentally destroy them, because then you'll slow us down. I'll have to rebuild them. But let's all go to the class copy of task 1 for place value. I'm going to resize my window a little bit so that it fits better. Is it okay for everyone to have a wide shaped screen I'm sharing? I can be more narrow shaped, but that kind of wastes some space above and below. So tell me if this works to be wide like that. And this is yes. Okay. I can see some little icons up at the top that see people have joined. So 3 of the 4 of you have successfully done this. Thank you. At the top, it says, quick welcome to Jamboards. They're a lot like Google Slides. At the top where it says, I can't highlight on it, but up way at the top, you can see all the different pages if you click on it and go on to the next one. We have our tools here. I can write on things. You can write on things too. So take a moment and make graffiti on my board here. I have one of these nice stylus and tablet things. You're going to write more messy because you have a mouse or a finger on a phone, but that's okay. That just means no one gets to complain about your handwriting, unlike me. So go ahead and write on the slide a little bit. Pick the pen and make some marks. We can erase. We can move things, although I'm not sure there's anything on this that's movable right now. We can make a sticky note. Now I can move the sticky note. I can upload a picture, although I'm not going to do that right now. We can make shapes of different kinds. I can put in a text box. And I can have like a laser pointer that fades after a moment. You don't have to try all those, but try something. Let's make sure that you can interact with the Jamboard. At the very least, grab my triangle or my text box or my shape and wiggle them around or something like that. Aggravate Jaden by erasing his carefully made letters. Okay, I think I've seen all 4 people do things. So, ready to go on to the next slide? So you don't come with me, so you have to click on the top yourself to say here. Oh, and someone was writing on this slide too. So I'm going to take my eraser and erase some of these marks, just so we can read it a little more nicely. Undo, by the way, is global and for all the different pages. So if you hit undo and someone else just drew something on a different page, you undo what they did, not what you think you just did. So we sort of have to cooperate with undo. Okay, oh, I forgot to read the previous slide. So each of our Jamboards has 6 pages. It starts with this slide with its quick welcome. Then there's a slide that's comments about a real life issue. Then there's a task that connects new ideas with what you already know. And then I demonstrate a math skill. These I will always do during our class. And my general goal on a Tuesday and Thursday evening, pardon as I go back to here, is to look at the calendar and see what the next few tasks are and go through those tasks with those 4 steps. And then the last pages, applying the skill and either reflecting, discussing, or defending it, those 2 become your homework, which is why these are only like 10 minutes each, because we've done most of them together during class, and then you just finish up on your own. Make sense? This is supposed to be much more fun than just doing lots of homework problems. Okay, are you sick of me reading? Does someone want to read the second slide, or should I keep reading? You're all staying muted. I'll keep reading. So according to one humor novel, Life, the Universe, and Everything by Douglas Adams, the best spaceship in the universe can fly faster than light because math works differently in restaurants. That claim is beyond the scope of our math class, but math does work differently with money. There's only one way to write the 2-digit number 11. But I can represent it in more than one way using money. So somebody go grab the arrow, move the wallet off the money, and then as a group, take the money in the wallet and make 3 different ways to do 11. So we have 11 with 2 5s and a 1. We have 11 with a 10 and a 1. We need more money. Let's pretend there was more money in the wallet. What's the other way to make 11? Let's not mess up the ways that worked. We had the 2 5s and a 1. That was a good way to do 11. And we have the 10 and the 1. That's a good way to do 11. What else could we do if we had more money?
You could do 11 $1 bills.
Sure, let's do that. So I'm going to take this one and do Control D and make a copy of it. And then just do that a whole bunch. D, Control D, Control D. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so there's our other way. Oops, come back to dollar bill. So 3 different ways: 2 5s and a 1, a 10 and a 1, or 11 1s, assuming I counted those correctly. Everyone happy so far? The rules for writing numbers, what we call place value, limit the way we use money. First, the only bills we can use are 1s, 10s, 100s, thousands, etc. And once we have 10 of the same type, we're required to exchange it for the bigger kind. So if I want to write the number 11, I have to do it like that with a 10 and a 1. I'm not allowed to have it like be a 10 and a 1 like that. If you tried doing that on your check, the bank would say, "What are you doing? That's not how we write numbers." So you know all of that already. What number is represented by all of these bills? Do you think we should start with counting the big bills or the small bills?
The big bills.
Okay, so we have 200s. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 tens is 50. And then how many ones do we have?
Here's 12.
12. So what happens when I add the 50 and the 12?
62.
62, and then 200 more than that. So 262 total. Everyone okay with this rule? So we're forced to do some carrying when we have digits that we're not forced to when we just have bills in a wallet. There's nothing wrong with having 12 $1 bills, except your wallet is fat. The point of what we were doing is that when I see a 3 in a number, it's often not 3. This 3 does not mean 3. It means like 3 $10 bills. So this one is actually saying 30, not just 3. Everyone see why? If I just lost you, say something in chat or wave your hands in the window or something. Okay, next volunteer. Somebody come in the Jamboard. You can use a text box if you don't want to have to try and write with a mouse, but write the number and or type the number and the name for what is 3 in the green number. Now make a new text box with the text box symbol there, if that's what you're trying to do. Someone's being brave and trying to write with a mouse. That's going to be hard to do with a mouse to write out 3,000. You were thinking the right thing. There we go. Someone made a text box. So it's not just 3,000, but it's not just thousands, but 3,000. Can I edit yours? This is letting me. There we go. 3,000. Having trouble with my pen. Okay, last one. And then someone say, what is the 3 in the red number? As a Jamboard trick, if we're ever concerned that our things are taking up too much space with the text box, up at the top where it says normal, if I have a text box selected, I can drop down. Can you see this in your screen as I'm sharing? And if I go to caption, then it makes it tiny. If I make it normal, it's that size. Subtitle is that size, and so on. So I can make things a little bigger that way, a little smaller that way. Okay, 3 million, 3. Yeah, let's make it on all. Yay, we did good work. Everyone happy with this page? Did anyone play with base 10 blocks when they were in school? Or if you're older, your kids played with them? They look familiar. I see some people nodding. So your homework task is to take these and make copies and shrink them to represent the 3 numbers. So I might say, copy and paste. There's 100. That's going to be too big for 12, but so on. It'll be easiest for you not to change these. Just use this as your supply for things to copy and paste. And you can either use Control-C and Control-V, or Control-D will just duplicate it all at once and then drag it around. And then the question is, imagine a country where the government tried to make cash work like place value. And the goal was there was only one way that any dollar amount could be made with its bills. Would that work? What denominations of bills could that country use to make such a system actually work? So think about that a little. To turn this in, for page 5, once you've put some blocks on places, and have something, then if you've made your own Jamboard, you can either share it with me, or you could just take a screenshot of this and send it to me by text or email, and then I'll see what you've done. So however you want to turn this in, just so I can see what you've done. You could share the whole file or just take a screenshot and share that. If you don't know how to do screenshots, then on Windows, you can always go Control Shift and your window key, and it makes a screen snip tool where you can just take part of something. And how do I make a text box smaller? If you have a text box, you can make it bigger and smaller in the bottom corner. This one with the arrow spins it. And to change the font size, that's the normal menu here. Did that answer your question, Ashley? Okay. So once you have something, just have a screenshot. So I can do Windows, Shift key and S. Since I'm on a Windows, I'm not quite sure what it is on a Chromebook, but I can look it up. And then I could go to my email and make a new email. And there we go, paste it in. That's how I'm turning in my homework. Makes sense? Let me search real quick for Screen Snip Mac. I used to know what this was by heart. It's Command Shift and 4 or Command Shift and S. Or sometimes on some Macs, Shift Command and 5. So try all of those and see what happens. It looks like Command Shift 4 is to drag a box, like what I was showing you in Windows. Okay. Okay, but back to that. So play with this, make your own copy, and then turn it in however you want. And for this is just a bunch of words. So you're going to probably type something in text or email and send it to me. It would be unnecessarily bulky to try and make your answer in a Jamboard where the text boxes are not nearly as friendly as just texting words or emailing words. Everyone okay with what I'm asking you to do here? Just to be clear, pages 1 through 4 we've done together. 5 and 6 is your job to finish up. And someone made a 7. I'm just going to delete that so we're not confused. Okay. That's the end of our class copy for this task. After class, I will add to this list of things a link to the video we just recorded. But unfortunately, Zoom doesn't let me go to the videos until the Zoom meeting is done. So it will start processing it as soon as I hit stop record. But we have to actually finish class and everyone leave the Zoom room before it will let me have access to them. And then I can actually get something to paste. So next to the word original, there will be a video. The video is pretty long because we were talking about things for a while. But as we get used to this, then it'll go faster and you'll have shorter little videos to refer to if you missed a class. Everyone happy with that system? Questions about things? Shaking head no for questions. Okay, I'm going to stop this recording.